it's Moose, and thank you so much for joining me back here. So I just thought I would give you an update on what's been going on. I'm sorry, Maggie's in here. She's chilling. I don't know what's going on with this paw right here. I don't know. Yeah, Maggie. Anyways, yeah, I just thought I would give you an update on what I've been reading, on what I've been up to. Kind of do a little reading vlog. I am trying to pre-record some stuff for when Sam gets here, for when my baby gets here. So I figured I would just do reading vlogs because they're easy, and Ethan's been spending a lot of time at home with everything going on. Speaking of which, I hope you're being safe. I hope you're staying healthy. His work schedule is kind of wonky right now, so some days he has to go into work and then some days he doesn't. So he's been home a lot, thankfully. I've been staying home. He's been going to the grocery store. They say this whole virus, doesn't really affect the fetus if the mother gets it. But I am so close to my due date that I don't really want to end up with it. Not that anyone wants to, but still, you understand what I'm saying. So he's been the one to go out and do everything and get stuff done. But with him spending so much time at home, I don't really like to record and stuff when he's home. So yeah, just quick update. I am 38 weeks today. Oh my goodness, that sounds so crazy to say. So 2 weeks left until my due date. Oh man, I think he will come early. I think the baby will come early. He is big. Listen. I feel absolutely huge. But as far as we can tell, as far as we know, he's healthy, he's good, he's on track. The doctor says that everything looks good. Every time that I go, I'm doing weekly appointments at this point, so just waiting now. It's kind of just a waiting game. Okay, so I decided I would come into Sam's room to kind of update you guys on what's been going on and what I've been reading. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I finished Lullaby, which is the second book in the Water Song series by Amanda Hocking. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not really feeling this series, and I really contemplated on DNFing it. But there's one side story that's kind of happening that I'm interested in, and that's pretty much the only reason I'm continuing on with the series. It's really just not for me. I don't know how to explain it. It's a YA novel that has some fantasy elements to it, like mythological elements. It's about sirens. So it does have that element to it, but a lot of it takes place in the contemporary world, and there's contemporary stuff going on. And honestly, I'm just not a contemporary person. That's not the kind of books I enjoy reading. So it's really not for me. But like I say, there is one kind of side story within it that I am interested in, which is pretty much the only reason that I'm continuing on. And so sometime here soon, I'm going to start the third book, which is Tidal. There are 4 books in the series. So this is the third one, and then the last one is Elegy. So I would really not like to read three out of the 4 books and then DNF the series. So I guess if I read Tidal, I'm going to go ahead and finish it, but I'm just not feeling it. I don't know why I don't just DNF it. I don't know. I kind of just want to know what happens to this one thing. I don't know. I also read the second book to the series of Unfortunate Events, so I'm getting ready to start the third book, The Wide Window. The second book is The Reptile Room. These are really quick reads. They're middle grade books. I said I was going to read some of this series for middle grade March, and that is true. March is almost over, but I am going to continue the series even after March ends. Ethan made a good point when I was talking to him about these. I have already read these. I read these back in middle school, I think. It was a while ago. It was when I was very young. And so since I've already read them, he was like, why don't you just listen to them on audiobook if you're wanting to rehear the story? And I thought that was a really good idea. So I do have the physical copies of all the books, but I am just going to start listening to these on audiobook. So hopefully I can get through them a little faster because this is only the third one. Additionally, I did start The Alchemist on audiobook. I am liking it so far. This is an adult fiction book, and it's a quick listen. It's a quick read, however you want to put it. I never know how to talk about audiobooks. I don't really listen to them that often. I just get way too distracted, but so far I have been paying attention to this one, and I do enjoy the story. It's kind of got some fantasy elements to it too, a little bit. I definitely wouldn't consider it a fantasy book, but it's got some elements to it. And yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm almost finished with it. I think I have about an hour left in the book. Additionally, I did try to read A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, or tried to listen to it. I tried to listen to it on audiobook, but this is one of those books where I don't know if it was the stuff I was trying to do while I was listening to it. I was trying to like clean and stuff like that. And so I missed so much of the story. So I ended up DNFing it. If I want to read this book, I'm going to have to actually read a physical copy of it. Listening to it is not going to work for me because I missed a whole bunch of the story. There were certain chunks of the story that I understood, but at the end, like I got into like hour 5 of the book and I just realized that I didn't really know what was happening. So I ended up DNFing that one. And then me and Ethan are finally reading through the Hunger Games together. I have been mentioning this on my channel for months now that it was kind of a goal of ours to read through the series together. And so we have been doing that. We're getting ready to start chapter 7. Chapter 7 will be the next chapter that we read together. So far it's going well. I really enjoy the series. I've been wanting to reread it for a while now. So I'm happy not only to be rereading it, but to be reading it with Ethan. Ethan has read the first book. He has read The Hunger Games, but he hasn't read Catching Fire or Mockingjay. And he hasn't seen the movies either. So I'm excited to experience it with him for the first time. We're not really setting any kind of goal as to when we want to finish it or anything like that. You know, some days we'll read one chapter, some days we won't read at all. Yesterday we read 2 chapters of it together, so it kind of just depends on what we're feeling and what we're getting into that day. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been reading. Like I say, just a lot of staying at home, waiting for this baby to get out of me. So ready for him to get out of me. I like this rocking chair. I like to come in here and just sit and be with him. And here's a pillow in our bag and stuff for the hospital. So we're ready to go. We're just waiting on him. Waiting on you, buddy. I'll show you my belly if you want to see. Here it is. It's big and I have stretch marks everywhere right now. So there we go. Anyways, that's it. I don't know if I'll do another part of this vlog because it is already like 12 minutes long. Ethan is supposed to work one more day this week, so I might kind of include that day in here depending on how much I've read at that point. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been reading, and I'll see you guys here in a minute, I guess. In a couple days, my time, but in a minute for you. In a second for you, not a minute. Okay, anyways, bye. Hi guys. I just thought I would update you guys, and since the last portion of this video was so long, I think I'm just gonna make this like an update video, and that's pretty much it. I can't remember exactly what I said in my last video, but I did start Tidal by Amanda Hocking, and it's fine so far. Again, this whole series is just kind of weird for me. There's like one storyline within it that I'm interested in, and then the rest of it I don't really care. But it's going fine. I'm not far into it at all. I'm on page 13, so you know, I can't really say much about it. Again, I can't really remember what I said in the last part of the video, but I did finish The Alchemist, and it was really good. It was really good. Quick read, quick listen, however you want to put it. I never know how to talk about audiobooks. I don't know, but it was a quick listen. It was interesting. So the premise of the whole book is this little shepherd boy, young man, whatever, he's a young man, he's not like a little boy, kind of sets off on this quest to find his personal legend and like the treasure that is like the whole purpose for his life, basically. And so throughout the story, he, you know, talks to a bunch of different people. They guide him and direct him on what he should do while he's searching for this treasure. And along the way, he meets the alchemist, who pretty much is like the last driving factor. He's the last person that kind of guides him in the right direction, kind of tells him what he needs to do to find this treasure, blah, 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 blah. And the alchemist is like this, he's not a supernatural being or anything like that, but he has insight into the world that most people don't. He understands the world on a different kind of level. And so he's able to kind of teach the shepherd boy how to look at the world the same way. And so by doing this, the main character eventually finds his treasure. How do I say this? I liked the book. I enjoyed it. But the whole time I was reading it, I was like, I wonder what his treasure is. Like, I wonder what it's going to be. What is it? What is it? And then at the end, I was a little disappointed by what it was. I'm not going to say what it was. I'm not going to spoil it. But I was a little disappointed in it for some reason. I just expected it to be something else. I don't know. Overall, it was a good listen though, a good read. What else? I also started listening to the third book in the series of Unfortunate Events. The third book is The Wide Window. So I started out the month reading the physical copies of these books, and then Ethan suggested I just listen to the audiobooks since I've already read them before, and honestly, it's been great. This has probably been one of my favorite audiobooks to listen to. I don't know if it helps that I have read this book before, so I'm kind of able to follow along with it a little better, because that's my problem with audiobooks is I never keep track. Like, I just get so distracted with everything else that I'm doing at the time while listening to it that I feel like I lose some of the story. So I don't know if the fact that I have already read this story and I kind of know what happens already is helping, or the fact that it's a middle grade book and so it's not as complex. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know which one. I don't know why it's easier for me to listen to or why I'm enjoying it so much, but I'm liking it. I am over halfway done and I just started listening to it yesterday. So just like they're quick reads, like in physical format, they're quick listens as well. So I am enjoying it. After this one, I don't really remember what happens that much in the rest of the series. So after this one, I'm anxious to continue with the rest of the series so I can kind of, I don't know, refigure out, you know, rediscover what happens with the rest of the series. But so yeah, I think that's my updates. Ethan is out running, and then we're going to fix supper. We are just kind of chilling at the house the next couple weeks like everybody else. So, and otherwise we're just chilling at home. Ethan is taking college classes right now, so he's working on those throughout the day, and I'm reading and just kind of hanging out, just like the dogs. There's Maggie, and then there's Undy. So we're just hanging out. How'd you hear your name? Did you hear your name? What are you doing? So yeah, I guess that's it for this video. I guess it's more of like an update reading vlog of what I've been reading here recently and how it's been going. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I guess that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. You are awesome. I'm thankful for you. And we'll be back here next time. I have no idea what's going to be happening, if I'll just be here doing normal life or if my baby will be here. I don't know, but I'll meet you back here next time. See ya! I also read the second book to the series